Welcome to Politically Animated, where the Big Apple bites, where we chew on the news until it's digestible. Tonight, we've got a real New York slice of political comedy brought to you by none other than Councilwoman Vickie Paladino. She's got a plan, folks, and it involves the NYPD and ICE doing a tango with the migrant situation. Let's dive in. In a move that's as surprising as finding a subway car without any graffiti, Councilwoman Paladino has suggested that the NYPD should start working hand in hand with ICE to, wait for it, move migrants. Yes, you heard that right. Move them, not in the help them relocate kind of way, but in the let's play human Tetris kind of way.
Legal immigration and concerns about migrant crime, major drivers in this latest election. And now a new report finds more than 750,000 illegal migrants are living in New York, and tens of thousands of them have a criminal record. According to U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, nearly 60,000 migrants with felony convictions or pending charges are living in the Big Apple, and more than 1,000 of those are suspected gang members. Critics of the city's sanctuary policies argue that limiting cooperation with the feds endangers public safety. They also point to repeat offenders and violent crimes tied to a subset of the migrant population. Supporters of sanctuary policies say they protect vulnerable communities and ensure cooperation with local law enforcement. Mayor Eric Adams, he has sent mixed messages on this, reaffirming the city's sanctuary status while also suggesting he may assist federal efforts. New York City Councilwoman Vickie Paladino remains outspoken on this issue and joins us now. She represents District 19. Welcome back, as always. First of all, paint a picture for me. I'm guessing you're not surprised by the number of migrants with criminal backgrounds living in your city.
No, I'm not surprised at all. You know, like I said so many times now, again, in recent weeks, since President Trump got reelected, the song remains the same. There's absolutely no changes coming to New York anytime soon until we move in ICE and they get to cooperate with our police, which is what we desperately need. We also need a change in leadership. That's why Hochul shifted gears a little bit a couple of days back, where she said she's going to cooperate with ICE. She is most definitely not going to do that. She, once again, is going to become and still be the hypocrite that she is. Our mayor, we've watched him, tinker with it, wanting to do away with it. But, we are down from the state. We take orders from the state. And my city council is 100% against Mayor Adams and any kind of moves he wants to make. They are against our police and anything that they want to do. I exist in an alternate universe where common sense does not exist.
What is the common sense solution and approach to address this challenge, to one, find, track, and make sure that the illegal immigrants with criminal backgrounds are tracked, and also care for and figure out how to handle the other immigrants who have arrived in your city?
Look, we tried, we tried for over 2 years now to get everything together and try to work this out. Mm-hmm. This is not working out. They are coming in droves, and they continue to come in droves. They are repeated offenders of the worst and most heinous crimes. We've got gang members that have infiltrated our city, taking our city over, and we will not stand for it anymore. We the people will not stand for it anymore. The fact is the leaders, are they going to continue on this? We got Tom Homan coming in. And,
imagine this. Officers from the NYPD, who are used to dealing with everything from bagel theft to alien sightings in Times Square, now have to coordinate with ICE, possibly the least fun party guests at any government mixer. They're tasked with sorting through the human mosaic of New York to move people around. It's like playing the world's most complicated game of musical chairs. But instead of chairs, we have immigration status.
An appeals court on the West Coast just ruled the U.S. can deport illegal immigrants even if local governments oppose those removals. Chad Wolf joins me now. Does this mean Trump can get around sanctuary city rules?
Well, I think this is obviously a win for the incoming Trump administration. And I think what this validates is the ability for ICE to do their job, to remove individuals, bad individuals from the country, regardless of what local jurisdictions may or may not do to help them do that. It's federal immigration law, and they have the ability to execute on that law, so it's a good ruling for them.
How long before the concept of the migrant sanctuary is just out of bounds? I think the whole sanctuary idea is just losing steam. I think it's nearing its end. What say you?
Well, I think you're right, Stuart. I think what you see in places like New York, right? You got Mayor Adams saying, look, he wants to sit down with Tom Homan and talk about how they can work together to remove dangerous individuals from their city streets. And I think once you've got blue city mayors that start to understand what is going on here and how those illegal aliens that continue to commit those crimes and put their community at danger, and how ICE can help them, I think they'll start to come around. But I agree with you. I think the public sentiment on sanctuary city jurisdictions has turned over these last 6 to 8 months.
I really think public sentiment changes when it looks like sanctuary city mayors or sanctuary city state governors are protecting criminals. I mean, I don't see how you can get away with that politically. You know, you've got a rapist in prison, you won't let ICE go get him. I don't see that lasting.
Well, I think that's right. But, what a lot of these blue city mayors are good at doing is they conflate the facts, right? They'll say, well, I want to protect residents in my community. But what they're not saying is I won't turn over criminals to ICE. So I think the more and more that we talk about this, to say all ICE is asking them to do is to let them pick up this dangerous alien criminal while they're in a local jail, so that they don't have to go into city streets, into those communities and put others at risk. Right. When you have an enforcement team that goes out there, let ICE do that within the confines of a jail, which is safe and secure, not only for the officer, but for that alien as well. And that's all we're talking about. And but what you see a lot of these mayors do is they conflate that to say, well, I don't want them to pick up, that 87-year-old grandmother. That's not what we're talking about here. It's not what the president's talking about. It's not what Tom Homan's talking about.
Tom Homan says you go after the villains first and take care of the rest later, but they're first. Right. Chad, thanks for joining us as always. We'll see you again real soon.
So as we wrap up this segment, remember in New York, we're all about diversity, freedom, and now apparently moving folks around like we're rearranging the furniture in our tiny apartments. Only in New York, folks. Only in New York. Stay tuned for more from the Big Apple Bites, where we make sense of the nonsensical. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, also like and share. Peace out, and may your commute be less chaotic than this policy proposal.